Yo, what's going on, everyone? It's your boy Ben from JBM Sports Media coming at you guys with my UFC 325 reactions slash breakdowns. First and foremost, before we start off this video, I want to say I apologize. I sound a little bit stuffed up right now. Throughout the day, my nose just got stuffed up. Hopefully, I don't become under the weather, but no matter what, we still will be uploading content on here on JBM Sports Media, so that's for sure. And plus, we had a great card again. UFC 324 was a banger. UFC 325, not as good, but still, I thought it was really pretty decent. I would have to say it was pretty decent no matter what. And we have to go over the main card. If you guys will be interested in me doing a prelim video going over a breakdown slash reactions on the prelim fights, I watched from everything to the start all the way to the finish. I can absolutely do that on a YouTube short, on an IG reel. Just let me know in the comment section if that's something that you guys would honestly be interested in. Like I said, I have no problem doing that whatsoever. Regardless, let's go over the first fight of the night, and that is Quillian Salkill submitting Malarkey right here. Man, what a dominant performance it was right here by Quillian. It just makes me think, in general, I know Malarkey hasn't had a good string of luck recently. Unfortunately, he's been taking some pretty bad defeats, but the way that, Salkill made him look right here, it made him look like a jobber. I mean, I got to be honest, he made him look like a jobber, and I know he's a prospect coming up on the rankings. Who knows, maybe in his next fight, we see him finally get a ranked opponent. I mean, I wouldn't mind that at all for Quillian. I think, if anything, that would be a great, option for him right there. Get tested a little bit more. I thought this was a very dominant performance, a beautiful submission right here. Actually, I'll throw you guys a little bit of a funny moment. Our guy JB from JBM Sports Media, he had Quillian winning this fight via prop bet, either by KO, TKO, or points. He actually won by submission, which is super funny. But no matter what, dominant performance by Quillian. Congratulations on the victory as he keeps going up. Hopefully, maybe, who knows? Maybe he gets ranked. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Next fight we have right here. My guy, Tai Tuivasa, taking another L. Now a 6-fight losing streak. I almost cursed right there. I really just stopped myself. I love Tai Tuivasa. Like I said in the previous video, in the prediction, from when he was doing the shoeys with Nelk, on his winning ways, I thought he could potentially be heavyweight champion. He would look like he would have the aura for that, being heavyweight champion. But he's just gone through a very bad losing streak. And the first 2 rounds of this fight, he was getting outclassed by Talisin Teixeira, and I thought it was not even close. I thought he was looking already gassed. When Teixeira had him on the ground, he was doing great ground and pound work right there. However, Tai Tuivasa in round 3, it looked like Teixeira gassed out. And that's where Tuivasa was finally connecting with some big blows, actually landing pretty good significant strikes where who knows if there's a round 4. He looked gassed, though. Tuivasa looked gassed as well. Who knows if there's a round 4. There's a potential of Tuivasa getting Teixeira out of there because he was landing some strikes at the end, maybe with 2 minutes left, that were getting Teixeira really, really bad. He looked gassed, like I said, as well, but he won 29-28 on the scorecards because those first 2 rounds were Teixeira rounds, no doubt about that. Look, I think this is a good win by Teixeira. You could still say, look, if you put him against a little bit more of a prominent heavyweight, will he fare well? Probably not. I mean, if you put him against even, I don't know, Cyril Gane, I know he would get smoked against Cyril Gane. That's one thing I'll say for sure. Maybe Alex Pereira in a tune-up. Will he beat Alex Pereira? I don't think so. Alex Pereira tune-up to competing for the heavyweight championship is what I'm saying. I don't even think he could beat Alex Pereira heavyweight. I just wasn't impressed with his performance right here, especially how he gassed out towards the end. Tuivasa, where does Tai Tuivasa go from here? Bam, bam. I don't know, man. I want to see you keep fighting, but losing like this, it hurts. This is like the Tony Ferguson losing streak to me, bro. It hurts. I don't want to see Tai keep losing, especially because, like I said, this was one of my guys right here, and still is. He still is. I can't lie. But regardless, great win by Teixeira. Well, I wouldn't say great win, but good win. We'll see where he goes from there. I don't know. Tai Tuivasa, are you going to keep fighting? Or do you still love the fight game? I know there was questions about it. We'll have to wait and see, but Teixeira picks up the W in this fight. Next fight, we have Mauricio Ruffi with the KO victory against Fiziev. And this is where I'm very upset, guys. I'm going to have a little bit of a venting session for you guys, if you don't mind. Sorry about that. Hopefully, I'm not going underneath the weather, guys. That would suck, but my nose is stuffed up pretty bad. I don't know if you guys could tell. Let me know if you guys could tell in the comment section. But Ruffi, I mean, he lost that first round. I think Fiziev won that first round, even though it was maybe a little bit too close to score. I had Fiziev winning that. Where I'm going to vent is Fazib losing this fight is the only leg out of my 10 leg of doom that I lost in my parlay this today. Oh my gosh, that hurts. That hurts absolutely bad. And I probably shouldn't have bet on this fight because it was such a 50-50 fight in general. I mean, Rufi, when he caught him right there, I was thinking to myself, fingers crossed, please, Fazif, please find a way to stay through it. Maybe, do some damage in round 3. But reality is, even if Fazif somehow found a way to escape a round 2 KO, TKO, however you look at it, there was no way he was going to survive a round 3 against Rufi. I mean, let's keep it a $150. It just wasn't going to happen. Rufi put full-blown pressure to Fazif. And Fazib just looked like he was out of there after getting hit by that right hand by Rufi. And look, I don't blame him. That right hand looked devastating. I mean, you could see this picture right here. Bro was cooked. Bro was absolutely cooked. RIP, 10 leg of doom. I don't know where Fazib goes from here. Rufi, though, it's an incredible victory for Rufi. I didn't think he was going to win this fight. I thought Fazib was going to dominate a little bit more. I thought he was a little bit stronger. And in the first round, it made me feel like, okay, if Fazib keeps implementing this plan, I think he's going to win 29-28 because no matter what, I know Rufi comes a little bit more alive in that third round. So I thought to myself, there's a chance if Fazib wins these first 2 rounds, he could pull off a 29-28 in the scorecards. Yeah, I was wrong. He did not. He actually got KO'd and pretty brutally. So congratulations on Mauricio Rufi winning this fight via KO. Obviously, rightfully deserved. This guy set it up perfectly. I felt like every time he was hitting Fazib, it looked like the shots that Fazib was landing, I will say this, didn't really impact Rufi as much as the shots that Rufi was hitting Fazib. I mean, I think that's a night and day comparison right there, if you ask me. Like I said, regardless, congratulations, Rufi. Good win. Let's move on to the co-main event right here. BSD, Benoit Saint Denis, picking up a W right here against Dan Hooker. That ground and pound put Dan Hooker away, man. Look, Dan Hooker looked somewhat decent in the first round when he was landing those kicks to BSD's body. I just noticed right now I took the wrong screenshot, but I guess you can see his resume right here. But when he was landing those kicks to BSD's body, bro, it looked like, all right, Dan, keep doing that, keep doing that. But he kind of stopped doing that. I don't think he realized, even DC was talking about it during commentary, how much those kicks were actually impacting Benoit Saint Denis. I will say this, though. When Benoit Saint Denis was hitting Dan Hooker with those kicks upwards, it looked like that was a little bit of a trouble spot right there for Dan Hooker, especially when immediately Saint Denis have him on the ground. It was wraps. It was wraps. And the way that Saint Denis's punches right there in that ground and pound selection right there, I mean, bro, it looked like Dan Hooker was all like, all right, any moment now. Ref, you could call this any moment now because I'm not going to make it through here. I'm not going to make it through here. And simply put, he did not make it through there. Benoit Saint Denis picks up another good W right here. Dan Hooker, unfortunately, 2 L's back to back. Pretty unfortunate, but good win for Benoit Saint Denis. I kind of saw it happening like this. I think I called this one exactly right. I think I said a round 2 submission win by BSD. I think. I'm going to look back at it, but I think I called this exactly right. So props to me if that's the case. If not, probably going to get myself Culver's application or something for lying like that. Fact check me, though, for sure. Now moving on to the main event. Alexander Volkanovski. This one is where I deserve a Culver's application right here. Alexander Volkanovski defeats Diego Lopez for the second time via unanimous decision. I mean, there was no doubt about it. He completely outclassed this guy again. I somehow thought Diego Lopez could somehow win by knockout in the 4th round. That was my prediction, and I was horribly wrong. Horribly wrong. He didn't make the adjustments. I felt like every time he was pressing, he tried to press, switching stances as well. Bro, it wasn't doing shit. It wasn't doing nothing. Excuse my profanity. It wasn't doing nothing. I felt like Volkanovski was landing those jabs, those counter punches when he was coming in so beautifully. How Volk does it, bro. I mean, this guy just felt like Father Time hasn't caught up to this guy, simply put. I don't know how much he's going to keep fighting for, but the fact that we have a talent like Alexander the Great Volkanovski still in the ring in the UFC, it's an absolute privilege to see this guy fight. I'm a big Volk fan. I'm not being a Volk hater when I said I wanted Diego Lopez to win via knockout. I just thought it would be cool, change of the guards, but it's not time for that yet. And to be quite fair, I don't know if when Diego Lopez will get another shot at the title, maybe when Volk no longer has it. But I'm sorry about that, chat. alarm right there. I got to wish somebody a happy birthday. Like I said, this is going to be all straight up raw, uncut, feeling, I don't know, my nose stuffed up a little bit under the weather. Maybe, hopefully not. Fingers crossed. I'm just going to be doing this raw, uncut. But talking back on the fight and everything like that, I think Volkanovski did exactly what he needed to do. Just stayed at the distance. But when Lopez was coming in, he hit him with the more significant shots. And I don't think Lopez really handled that well. I will give Lopez a lot of credit. His takedown defense was really good right here. Towards the end of round 5, it just seems like he was a little bit gassed as well. I thought Volkanovski did really good with his stamina in this fight. You know, props to him. Tip my cat out to him. I think he did really good with his stamina. Kind of controlled it more so. Honestly, I had this fight, maybe Diego Lopez potentially winning round 3, but other than that, I didn't have him winning a single round in here. I could understand why some people even said it was like 49-46. I could see that, but I don't know. I think Volk might have pitched a shutout right here, bro. Either when he got knocked down, I mean, technically it was ruled a knockdown, right? Kind of a little blimp, but nothing that was dangerous where Volk was getting hurt and, you know, going to get put out. Nah, not like round 2 in the last fight against Lopez, nothing like that. So shout out Volk, man. What a huge victory for him. Hopefully we keep seeing him fight. I love seeing Alexander Volkanovski in the ring, and hopefully we get more of that in 2026, retaining his championship. I will throw the question out to you guys. How do you feel UFC 325 was? I mean, the Sydney crowd was absolutely incredible, especially when it came to Volk. That was actually pretty fun to see, especially when he came out. Man, Volk's song, bro. You can never get over that. I really can't. What do you guys think about the fight? What, all the fights, prelims included? Like I said, if you guys want me to do a video talking about the prelims and talking about, you know, everything, maybe doing a review on the prelims, maybe who do they fight next, or even for these fighters, like who do they fight next? I can absolutely do that. Just let me know in the comment section. As always, continue to subscribe here to JBM Sports Media. Follow us on TikTok. Follow us on IG at JBM Sports Media. Until the next one, we'll see you guys later. Peace.